All right, photo students, you have downloaded your images, and now we're going to talk about how to make a contact sheet. You can and will be doing this from Bridge. I did provide a link for you, so you could actually download your photos and do Bridge and make a contact sheet at home, but you can also do it in class. However, since I can't be right next to you helping you, I want to make a video so you can step and check each process. So at this point, your images are hopefully nicely labeled in a folder, and they're on your desktop. Bridge also acts like a desktop, so you can see everything on your desktop right here in Bridge. So I'm going to go here. We are going to, one, edit down your photos. Remember, you have to turn in a minimum of 24 unedited photos for a photo shoot. But you might take a lot more. You could turn in more than 24, but your minimum is 24. So typically when I do a photo shoot, I may take 200 to 300 photos. I'm not going to turn in 300 photos. I might edit that down to 50. I would say 50 would be your max. But 24 is your minimum. So one way to do this in Bridge is in Filmstrip. You can look at your images here. You can hit the space bar and look at them large. And then you can also star rate them as a way to edit them. So when we do this, it's Control if you are on a PC, but it is the Command button if you're on a Mac. So Command 1, you can see is 1 star. Command 2 is 2 stars. Command 3, Command 4, Command 5. And then Command 0 is to unstar it. So I tend to make my favorite ones Command 5, Command 4, and go from there. And you can look at just your Command 5s, or just your Command 4s, or check both of them together, or all of them, or your no ratings. Okay, so that is a great way. So if I just want those 17, I would just collect those 17 images. Remember, you need 24 though, so you need a few more. Another thing that you can do as a way to organize, digitally organize your images, is Command 6 is red, hit Command 6 again, and the color goes away. Command 7, yellow. Command 8, green. Command 9 is blue. So you can organize them in a variety of ways. I am going to put a few more images in that Command 5 category. So I will have 24 there, then that's easy and straightforward to collect. Remember that these are unedited photos. The ones I have here are edited. Sorry about that. But you will be doing unedited images, and we will edit them later. You will only have to turn in a minimum of 5 edited images. Yet again, you can turn in more, but 5 is your minimum. All right, so I've got my 24 images in my 5-star right here. We are going to be going to Output to do your contact sheet, which is where we put all the images together so I can look at them and give you feedback. But another thing that's worth noting, especially when you turn in your 5 finished edited images, is metadata. If you look in metadata, you can see on the left all of your camera settings. So this one, I can see that it's manual exposure, which is good because you're supposed to shoot in either aperture, shutter, or manual when we turn things in. You can see your f-stop, which is your focal length is 5.6, 1/60 for your shutter speed, ISO of 200. You can see how they light metered and that their white balance was for a cloudy day. So you can see all of that information right here in your metadata, which is very useful. All right, so we're going to Output, and we are going to now collect those 24 images. To do this, I can hold Command and click on the buttons, Command to click off of, or if you want to be more speedy, you can left click and drag, which is kind of nice. Notice everything should be titled with your name and numbered. So I'm adding these, and it goes to 2 pages. Page 1, page 2. There is our beautiful contact sheet. It is worth noting on the right side, we want to make sure that our page size is actually US paper, so we can print it if we ever had need to. And we want to try our contact sheet. That's way too small. 2 by 2 is way too big. However, when you do like a practice and you maybe only have 4 images, you could turn it this way. So I'm going to reset it again, make sure that my paper is actually changed to US paper, which would be letter, right? Yeah, 8.5 by 11. Drag over here, change it to my template of 4 by 5 contact sheet. And so I've got 20 on one page and 4 on the other, which is wonderful. Okay, there's a few extra steps to turn this in for us to make this paperless. We're going to go to export PDF. And for this one, I'm going to do example contact sheet. Okay. I'm going to hit save. And then there's another step in here before you can upload it to your Jamboard. So it is up here. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Go to export PDF. We're going to export it as an image because we have to have it as a JPEG and hit export. I'm going to choose my desktop so it's easy for me to find. Eventually, you'll also drag this into Google Drive. Example contact sheet, JPEG, perfect, and save. It is saving. All right, and then my last step is to put this in Google Drive as a Jamboard. So you'll see, right here is the contact sheet template that you'll turn in. For each assignment, I will actually make one with an example contact sheet for each student. So you will have a Jamboard and you will click on it. And now that you have it as a JPEG, that is very important. And you'll also notice it saved as 2 images, JPEG 1 and JPEG 2. So you'll need to do both on there. So I'm going to take one. Remember, it needs to be the JPEG version so we can throw those PDFs away. PDF does not work with Jamboard. And bring it over. So I'm going to go to add image, and I'm going to literally drag this on there. I drag it over. There is, on page 1, make it a little bigger, my wonderful contact sheet. And then on page 2, I am going to put the second page. Remember, I can't just drag it over. There's an extra step of going to image and then dragging the image over and upload. So why we are doing these extra steps is then when you save this and turn this in, I will then mark and give you detail. Like if I think you should crop an image, I will draw on it and then I'll write with text crop. And I'll give you a lot of information and feedback and help you select your 5 to edit. So you will now have them right here and you'll submit it. So you'll submit that Jamboard with your contact sheet on it, and then I will give you feedback. And that's it. Don't forget, once you do this, you actually do have to hit the submit button in Google Classroom to do that. But then your contact sheet is uploaded in Jamboard so we can have a conversation and feedback. That is the last step before starting to edit your 5 images.